I know I said I was going to be posting every week on Mondays, and then I figured out I didn't know how to edit, so. Everyone, welcome back to our channel, and welcome back to my vlog. I am back, and I thought I'd do my face today. I felt cute today, so I was like, let me put on some makeup and feel even cuter. I was doing my workout outside, and I was like feeling good. I was like looking at myself. I was like, ooh, girl, look at you. Get it, 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 get it. Thank you guys so much for watching my first video. It was super emotional for me to film, but I feel like I really needed to get it out there. And like the love and support that just kind of funneled in after the video was just like overwhelming. And I just appreciate everyone for being so kind and not judgmental. So thanks, guys. To be fully transparent, I weighed myself before like I started kind of going on this journey, and what I saw was devastating. I was never in my life have ever been that heavy, and I could feel it too. I could feel it on my body and my midsection, everywhere. And even like comments about my weight, that just doesn't feel good, you know? So that coupled with like my anxiety about it is really what helped prompt me to make the video, and also like spring into action about making a change for my physical mental health, because it was literally tearing me down, like physically weighing me down and spiritually weighing me down. So I stepped on the scale and I was like, it was rough. So I stepped on the scale, and initially I was like 208 pounds. So that was really a wake-up call, among other things. And not that like weight is a big determinant for me, because like even when I was smaller and more athletic, I always was like 160 at my fittest. So I don't necessarily think that I'm ever going to be like 120 pounds, 130 pounds. Like, that's not my destiny. And that's okay. I don't think, especially with my body type, I have an ass, I have thighs naturally. And that's never going to go away, nor do I want it to go away. I just want to get to a point where I'm just like, damn girl, thick fit, like thick fit. Like, I still want my thighs to be juicy. I still want my ass to be juicy. I just need everything else to be like, lean. After January 15th, when I started, it was like a week went by and I was down to 206, I believe. And I was like, okay, we're making some progress. And then again, like the next week, I think I weighed myself and it was like 202. And I was just like, won't he do it? Won't he do it? So yeah, I don't know if I have a goal weight. Like, I keep going back and forth between like 150, 160. But if I feel like I'm getting lean and I'm feeling good and I'm looking good and I'm fitting my clothes right, like, I don't think the number on the scale is going to be as significant. And I'm trying not to get too hung up on the scale either, because I know that could be a really discouraging factor in weight loss. I'm not going to rely heavily on the scale, but I am going to check in weekly. And once I get to a point, maybe bi-weekly, I don't know. But it's nice to see the numbers going down right now. And yeah, more to come on that. Oh, I wanted to first kind of introduce you guys to I don't want to call it a diet. My mom told me, she was just like, I've always told you, I don't like diets because you know what word is in diet? And I'm like, you right. So let's call it a food upgrade. Cute. I like that. Because like, I'm upgrading myself, and that includes food. That includes just leveling up. all together. So yes, food upgrade. As you guys know, I'm reading The Inflammatory Spectrum by, damn it, why do I want to call him David? His name is Will. I'm sorry, Will. I really, really appreciate this book, and here's a couple reasons why. So firstly, it's not about dieting. It's not about trying to lose a whole bunch of weight. It's really about figuring out what your food triggers are and eliminating them from your food regimen, right? So that's one of the reasons why I really like this book, is because it gives you a starting point, right? Let me read this book because I don't even know what I read. So the book calls it like a storm of inflammation. So if you think about all of your genes, right? All of the things that make up your biology, things that you experience, and the foods that you eat dictate the expression of those genes, right? So let's call her Karen. So Gene Karen is all about inflammation. She's all about causing havoc in your body. When you're eating like spinach and kale and, you know, whole foods, Karen is tucked away in her little suburban home, locked inside, watching Desperate Housewives for the 10th time because her life is sad, minding her business as she should. As she should.
Mind your business, that's all, just mind your business.
You may have a flare up here and there, but if you're really treating your body right and managing your stress, then Karen's gonna stay in the house. But if you eat a whole bunch of junk food and you're not taking care of your body and, you know, you're allowing stress to just kind of like consume you, and you're not setting boundaries, Karen will leave her house and come up to you and be like, body police, there is a person that's eating junk food right now and you need to inflame their body. We need to keep Karen at bay in her house forever. And so that's literally what the book is telling you. It's just saying that your body reacts to certain foods and it's not the same for everybody, but here are some ways to identify those triggers so that you know what exactly inflames your body and you can take it out. The book has this great inflammation spectrum quiz just to help you determine what the inflammation is in your body. So what it does, it just pinpoints your location on this inflammation spectrum and then gives you an elimination plan, really. So you're either eliminating 4 food groups or 8 food groups, depending on 1, where you fall on this inflammation spectrum, and 2, what type of inflammation is causing your body to be inflamed. Whenever I consumed a lot of sugar or carbohydrates, especially certain grains, like more white carbs, like rice and bread and white bread, that would literally make my body so inflamed. And I know I said in the last video, like, that's definitely something that I've always struggled with and why probably I've gained so much weight and not really been able to keep it off, because of those attachments to sugar and carbs and things like that. So what the book is technically saying is that the excessive amount of sugar that you eat can really damage your liver and your body's insulin receptors, which often lead to type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and all of these other like inflammatory autoimmune diseases. So what I've done to upgrade my food intake is eliminated 8 food groups. The first food group is grains. So all grains, including wheat, barley, rice, quinoa, corn, all of it gone. Bye. Second, we have dairy products. No milk, no eggs, no butter, no cream. No milk, no eggs, no butter, no cream. No milk, no eggs, no butter, no cream. Okay, that's enough. Third, we have all added sweeteners. Everything. So like no packaged food, really, because like literally everything packaged has some type of sugar in it. So none of that. No white sugar, no brown sugar, no honey, no maple syrup. Like, yeah, they told you cut it, girl. That's it. You don't need it. Eat yourself a piece of fruit and be done. Fourth food group is inflammatory oils. So this includes like canola oil, vegetable oil, sunflower oil, all those types of oils, no go, not good for you. So eliminated those. Fifth food group, legumes, so like beans and stuff. Sixth food group is nuts and seeds, which I don't necessarily understand why, but I guess that could cause inflammation for some. So it's just a food group in the program that they're telling you to cut out. Seventh is eggs, which is sad because can't have no omelet, but that's all right. And then lastly, nightshades, which includes tomatoes, peppers. I didn't even know that's what they were called. Like, anyways, so yeah, eliminated all of those starting January 15th. So that was like the first day of this new food upgrade. The book does say to kind of like take each one out day by day, but I was just like, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna take everything out at once. And so that's what I did. And it hasn't been that bad, TBH. Like, the only thing I really miss are like savory things, chips. I miss, like, I guess I do miss candy sometimes, but only when I'm stressed. So there's a correlation. To mitigate the cravings, I've kind of just been keeping my mind occupied, which has been really helpful for me. You know, the first week was a little difficult, to be honest, but now in the third week, I think I'm finishing my third week, and it's actually not that bad. There's two things that have happened, and I said, wow, Dreya, you're doing a good job. And like, I don't know if anybody else does this, but I rub my heart and I say, I love you, Dreya, you're doing a good job. I know it sounds like so elementary, but like, it's really healing when you're kind to yourself and you acknowledge that you've done a hard thing, even though it might be small to someone else. Like, when you acknowledge the fact that you're changing and you're doing better, like, it really helps heal you. So anybody out there, talk to yourself, love on yourself. Like, you're still here, your body's working. Like, those are all things to be so grateful for. And I'm finding myself in moments just kind of like, you know, really loving on myself and being kind to myself. So my fiance's mom comes home and she's like, guys, like, I brought poke back. And I was just like, yay! Like, I love poke, it's like my favorite thing. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I cannot wait to throw down on this poke, like, it's gonna be so good. But then I realized, dang, like, that poke, it has a whole bunch of soy sauce on it. Probably all the sauce has some type of sugar in it, so I can't eat it. And I was a little bummed at first, I really was. But then, like, we were eating dinner and Tyler had made some like really bomb chicken, so I was like grubbing on that. And I was like looking at him eating the poke, and I looked over at him and I told him, I said, when this like 8-week challenge is done, let's get some poke and it's gonna be really good. And like, you know, that moment passed, and then like a couple hours later, I reflected on that moment and I said, wow, I don't do that. I would have literally, like, I felt like before, I would have literally sat there and sulked and been so upset and like, oh, like, this is too restricting, I can't eat what I want, like, this is not fair, blah, 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 and I would have caved in and I would have ate it. Whereas, you know, that night, I was able to say, you know what, I'll have it later, it's okay. And wow, that's like growth, okay? Because before I would have just been a mess, but you know, I had to take some time to reflect on that and say, wow, Dreya, you did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. Like, I love you for being strong. And, you know, that felt really good to acknowledge that. Another hot thing that happened this morning was Tyler made breakfast. It was like sweet potatoes with some bacon, broccoli, chicken type of scramble. and it was really good. And I was like, I went in and got like a small bowl, and I was eating. I was like, this is so good, I want some more. And I allowed myself to get more. And then I was eating that, and I kind of I got to a point where I was like maybe 80% full. Like, I was just like I could probably eat the rest of this, and it wasn't really that much left in the bowl. So I was telling myself I could probably eat the rest of it, but then also I was feeling like, if I eat the rest of it, I'm gonna feel real full, and I'm gonna just like knock out, and I don't want to do that. I just got up and, you know, put the rest of the food in my bowl in a container and saved it for later. So the same thing happened. I kind of like stepped away, and I was like, Dreya, you showed restraint. You listened to your body. You listened to yourself. Like, that's a win, okay? Like, that is a win, let me tell you. That little thing that happened, even though there wasn't that much left in the bowl, I listened to my body saying, you're a good girl, you don't need to eat anymore. The food's gonna be there later. And I put it away. So, like I was saying before, when you have those small wins, you really have to kind of take the time to love on yourself, congratulate yourself, feel good about what you just did, because a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a year ago, you wouldn't have been able to do that. So celebrate your small wins, because it really is a game changer. Honestly, I'm getting like excited talking about it, because these instances that happen aren't the norm for me. So it really feels like I'm making a significant change in the way that I think about food. And so that's really exciting. As you guys know, I upgraded my food, eliminated some stuff, and kind of like changed things around a bit. What I like about this elimination process, it's not eliminating like everything. I could still eat bacon and chicken and fish and, you know, sweet potatoes, broccoli. I can still eat fruit, which is a source of like natural sugar that I can have, which really helps, you know. I can still have avocado, like all the like good stuff I can still have, which really helps satiate me. I can have seasoning as long as there's no added sugar in there. Like, it's lit. Like, it's not that bad. So, you know, breakfast, I usually make a little fruit spinach smoothie. So I'll have spinach, some type of like frozen fruit, so like berries or mangoes or whatever. And then I'll have half of an avocado, a teaspoon of coconut oil, and it's actually really good and it keeps me full. I think it's the avocado and the coconut oil that's really helping me. So I have my smoothie in the morning, and then for lunch we usually eat just like leftovers from dinner. So it's usually like some type of chicken, broccoli, and or cauliflower, and some sweet potatoes. Like, I love sweet potatoes right now. Let me tell you, a couple years ago, if somebody been like,
oh, I love sweet potato fries, not real fries,
I would have looked at them like they were crazy. I would have been like, why? Ew. But now, let me tell you, sweet potatoes are so good. So good. And so versatile. Like, you can make sweet potato mash, you can have sweet potato french fries, sweet potato chips, sweet potato everything. It's just so good. So like, sweet potatoes are always the carb in my diet. Hopefully I don't get sick of them. I'm really scared that I'm gonna get sick of them because I have them all the time. But like, it's chilling as of today. So keep your fingers crossed for me. And for dinner, you know, it's usually pretty similar. So a sweet potato, a vegetable, and a chicken or a fish. What has been helpful to kind of like switch up the monotony of like just eating chicken, broccoli, and sweet potatoes, the inflammation spectrum has like different recipes that you can use. So Tyler and I will like every week pick one recipe and make that and kind of switch it up a little bit so that like you don't get bored of the everyday, and you have like one day of having or a couple days really because of the leftovers, you have a couple days of eating a new recipe, which is really helpful. Kind of invigorates the palate and stuff like that. So that's really nice. So the interesting thing about my food upgrade is that I am not snacking. You heard me right. Aside from like an occasional like bowl of jicama, I love jicama. So I'll have like a little bowl of jicama with some other fruit as a snack. But literally I'm getting through the day without craving some type of like crunchy thing like chips or something or candy, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable, let me tell you, because literally as I'm working, I need something. But lately I've just been kind of content. And I don't know if because I'm like fuller longer based on like the foods that I'm eating now, or my brain is being reprogrammed not to kind of crave sugar and carbs in those moments. So that's really cool. So I usually just eat 3 meals a day with an occasional like fruit snack in between. Not a fruit snack, but some fruits or jicama in between, and that really is like perfect, you know? I will say I am concerned about, you know, as a woman, you know, we go through things every month, and I'm concerned that, you know, those raging hormones are gonna come up and be like,
eat everything.
And I'm not gonna be able to handle it. So fingers crossed for me, guys. Like, if anybody out there has experience with this and you two are like an emotional and or like hormonal eater during that time of the month, like let me know in the comments like what you do to get past it. So yeah, that's kind of what I eat in a day currently. And in terms of workouts, like I just don't find joy in like working out that hard every day. First of all, I don't have time to spend 2-3 hours working out like that every day. Also, like that just makes my body, it just doesn't feel good. So I've been really into low impact stuff, still strength training, but in a way that makes sense for my body, for my bad knees, girl. You know, in the morning, wake up and do a 30-minute yoga routine, and that has been like so good because I got tight hips, locked knees. Like it's really helpful to kind of get me going in the morning. It zens me out, so I feel like ready to start the day, and it just like is good on my joints, you know. Then during lunchtime, I'll do like a 30-minute bike on my Peloton or something. Or me and Tyler would like do like a circuit. So like I'll do like 20 minutes and then we'll switch, and then I'll do 20 minutes of strength, and then we come together and do a little bit like 10 to 15 more minutes of strength work. So that has been really good, super low impact, super chill. Like, you know, I will take a HIIT or Tabata class here and there, but it is not my jam. So I'm taking all of their chill pop classes, you know, like so I can sing along, still getting a good workout, but like I'm not stressing on having to like be number one or whatever. Like I'm chilling off that. If I get a good sweat in, I feel good. And then every day, which I think has really been helping with like my wanting to eat in the afternoon or like wanting a snack and stuff, every day I go for a walk. And I actually got this from my sister-in-law because every day she goes for a walk with her baby, and like she goes every day. Maybe she might miss a day or two, but she goes every day. And I was just like, you know what? That is something super simple that I can do and incorporate in my routine, not only to like increase my exercise, but also to get my mind off of wanting a snack or get my mind off being bored. And where I live, like, let me tell you, there's all these hills. It's like, there's no flat road, no flats, like barely any. And so it's like, I'll do like 2 miles, but it's literally all uphill. And then eat dinner, and then I don't feel like super starving. Cause you know, like when you like work out super hard and you just go to like scarf food down, like I think because I'm keeping it pretty moderate with my workouts that I'm not feeling like I need to like stuff my face after, which I think is really is a better strategy for me because I'm not leaning on you know, my old habits to satiate me. So that's good. Yeah, so taking a walk is really good. Like if you don't want to do anything else, and that's fine, go for a walk. And I heard that a lot of people who like really go for walks every day, they see a significant difference. Like if they're eating right and they're walking every day, even though they're not like spending, I don't know, an hour or 2 hours on the treadmill, walking really helps. So yeah, that's pretty much what the last 3 weeks have been. It's really been enlightening, honestly. And you know, I have to mention this, like my mom texted me and she called me and she was just like, it hurt her to feel that, to know that I was hurting in that way. And she's like, you've always been strong, Dreya, and I've always admired you for that. And I was like, literally, I told her, I was like, I get my strength from you, lady. Like, where do you think it comes from? So that was really nice to hear that, you know, my mom supports me on this journey, and she's rooting for me always. So I love you, mommy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I said I'd put out videos every week, but let me tell you, I can't edit. Like, it's hard. I underestimated it. I was just like, yeah, let me film this blog. And Tyler was just like, you know what? You got this on your own. You're gonna edit it. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I could do it. Final Cut Pro. I got it. And nah, fam, it's hard. So videos will be basic. Just like your girl. You gonna get the real good content when Tyler edits it. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, so when I upload my vlog or we upload TXD weekly rental, like, you will be in the know. Trust and believe. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys. I ain't promising next week because I need to get my edited chops up. So I will see you guys soon.